I am Jaina Bosonko, and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. And here are the main news headlines. QCell Gambia has been awarded GSM Taxpayer of the Year at the Gambia Revenue Authority 4th Taxpayers Award, attended by President Adama Barrow for the first time on Saturday. The government's COVID-19 response audit report, which has revealed the Ministry of Health's failure to do needs assessment for the procurement of medical items, branded a wasteful expenditure on medical items worth nearly $6 million. And also Single Mother Scheme, an organization that offers mental health programs and skills training to improve lives of single and vulnerable mothers, say they need more help to be able to continue their work. And also 13 students graduated on Friday at Idahs Ideas Fashion and Design Training Institute after completing a 2-year diploma in fashion and design. Those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay with us. Thank you for joining us. You're watching QTV News, and I am Jaina Bosonko. Now, QCell Gambia has been awarded as GSM Taxpayer of the Year at the Gambia Revenue Authority 4th Taxpayers Award, attended by President Adama Barrow for the first time on Saturday, to recognize and celebrate institutions and companies for filing timely tax as well as tax payment.
Collecting revenue for national development, the GRA is mandated to collect revenue for national development and has been hailed for exceeding tax collection targets of over $12 billion in 2021 despite the COVID-19 pandemic. The institution has a target of $13.5 billion for 2022 compared to $6 billion in 2016. Over the years, the authority had and continues to prioritize staff capacity building to improve tax administration. Yankuba Dabo, the Commissioner General of the Gambia Revenue Authority, said GRA has been transformed to efficiently carry out its mandate. He reveals plans are underway to shift from manual to digital form of tax collection as he praises his board, management, staff, government, companies and institutions without whom it will be difficult, if not impossible, to register such successes.
We are on the verge of introducing 2 new tax collection systems, one for customs revenue collection and the other for domestic taxes collection. But what is more exciting about the impending introduction of the 2 systems is that they are both web-based. These systems will enable the taxpayers or importers and clearing agents to sit at their comfort and convenience of homes or offices and file their tax returns or fill their declaration and pay the self-assessed tax or duty online without the need to visit our offices.
Mamguri Njai, the Gambia's finance minister, recognizes the event as an important step towards promoting tax compliance, which is the lifeblood of government. He applauded the authority under its Commissioner General for unprecedented reforms which has impacted on tax growth.
In a complementary move, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, in partnership with the Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration, is currently reviewing the GAIPA Act with a view to updating it and creating incentives to attract foreign direct investment.
President Barrow said tax administration reform is important to promoting transparency and accountability and promised his government's commitment to provide the policy direction for GRA to continue performing maximally. He described the performance of the GRA as a testament to the support he receives from his government. He promised to attend future awards.
Since 2017, revenue figures have grown considerably. We commend the GRA board, management and staff for remaining steadfast, working hard and doing their utmost to mobilize the revenue we so badly need for our national development operations.
Lucy M. Janch, chairperson of GRA Board of Directors, applauded the management and staff of the authority for cooperating with her board over its supervisory role. The event wrapped up with the presentation of awards to different institutions in different categories, including QCell Gambia as GSM Taxpayer of the Year, Takaful Insurance Company as Insurance Taxpayer of the Year, Atlas as Import VAT Payer of the Year, GPA as Public Enterprise of the Year, and Ja Oil as Oil Marketing Taxpayer of the Year. Mohamed Ja, chairman of the Q Group, and Modu Sow, a representative of Takaful Insurance Company, both were proud to have their institution recognized as such a national event.
It shows the impact we are having on the economy of the Gambia. I must take this opportunity to thank the entire QCell staff for their hard work, and also for all Gambians who patronize QCell. I want to assure Gambians that whatever they give us, we will give back to Gambians. That's the most important, and that's why we have a slogan, Sunyu Boss.
At Takaful Gambia, we value compliance seriously, and we, as you know, tax is an obligation that corporates have to meet.
While the winners are celebrated, it is hoped those businesses which did not get the award this year will try to improve on their filings and tax payments so that they can be awarded next year. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, congratulations to QCell Gambia for winning GSM Taxpayer of the Year. Pay your taxes to help build a nation. Now, senior officials of the Ministry of Health on Monday faced the National Assembly Finance and Public Accounts Committee to answer questions on the government's COVID-19 response audit report, which among queries revealed the ministry's failure to do needs assessments for the procurement of medical items, resulting in what is deemed wasteful expenditure on medical items worth nearly $6 million. Nyakoi has the rest of that story.
The Finance and Public Accounts Committee, FPAC, is performing oversight on the executive over its expenditure on the COVID-19 response since the pandemic struck in 2020. The auditors flagged up expenditure on items worth nearly $6 million by the Health Ministry, calling it wasteful. Alhaji Mbao, an FPAC member, reads out the findings, and responding is Mohamed Lamin Jaite, PS for the Health Ministry.
Our review of the procurement file indicated that the items worth $116,490, equivalent to $5,824,500, were found not relevant to the fight against COVID-19, as they were kept in store and not distributed at the time of drafting this report.
On the onset of the emergency, the Ministry of Health had to act to address the emergency, thinking in that format. And so when nothing was in place and the assessment was done, the needs were identified. The most urgent ones at the time included these items. Why? Because our systems were not up to standard, and we knew we had to also provide that comfort for people who come to our centers with trauma, and we had to provide that conducive environment.
The audit report features a finding of an inappropriate payment method for procurement and transportation from Guinea-Bissau, a consignment of COVID organic which was donated by the government of Madagascar. This cost the taxpayer at least $2.2 million, which was paid in cash. The auditors are not convinced that payment was done or received. Alhaji Drame, an FPAC member, asks for explanation on the cash payment.
By the time the information was received, the COVID organic was already on its way to Banjul. That warranted that. And also, we have all the supporting document evidences showing that funds were collected, funds were received, and funds were handed over as well.
Also, for the Health Ministry to answer is about an audit query which reveals an extra cost of more than $28 million due to excessive delays in the transportation of medical items.
There was evidence that even GCCI provided a lot of support in terms of providing ACs, television sets installed at Ndemba. If those donations could have been foreseen at the time of our procurement, we would have waited for that. But it wasn't there, and we knew we were under obligation to provide those services. So we had to go in for it.
The FPAC continues its consultations on the COVID-19 response audit report, and it is expected to complete the process before the resumption of the plenary on Thursday. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Now, interesting revelations. Their Single Mother Scheme, an organization that offers mental health programs and skills training to improve the lives of single and vulnerable mothers, say they need more support to be able to continue their work. Aminata Sise visited the center, and this is her report.
Single Mother Scheme was established in April 2020 and seeks to identify vulnerable mothers and train them to develop themselves and get employment to earn a living. Fatoumata Jammeh, the founder, says the organization has trained and graduated over 46 single mothers on mental health counseling and skills programs.
We also bring them on board to teach them ways and means to conduct themselves in society, and we bring them together because most of them have depression in one way or another. It might be postpartum depression, that's the depression you have after birth. It might be a depression that is totally different from that, but most of them are depressed in one way or another. So we have counselors who come on board and teach them, counsel them, and talk to them to comfort them. So other than all these skills, we also base our support on their mental health.
Madam Jammeh further highlighted that the greatest achievements registered by Single Mother Schemes is in positively saving the lives of trainees through the mental health counseling programs.
Achievement, I would call an achievement for myself, is putting these women back in the right state of mind for them to move on with their lives, for them to do whatever they desire. We show them that they are whole, they're enough. It doesn't matter the situation, it doesn't matter the circumstance, they can make it. And we see it applying to their lives. So that's the biggest achievement, and we intend to continue with other women.
Madam Jammeh also says that through joint efforts with stakeholders, Single Mother Schemes can broaden its outreach to every single mother across the country.
Now, what we are thinking is to be able to put these single mothers in something. Like I said, graduating them and letting them sit is out of the case. So now we are trying our future plans, our 1, 2, 3 years future plan, that's a short-term plan, is to bring them together, guide them after training them, support them, fix them into something, monitor them, know that this is actually having an impact. We want to finish the job that we've started. It must not stop at the point where we train them and let them go.
Martha Mendy, a massage specialist, says at Single Mother Schemes, she gained her self-confidence and enhanced her massaging skills through Single Mother Scheme training, adding that it has also improved her networking skills and talent, which gave her a sense of direction for a successful business.
Yes, some were discouraging massage is not a good job. When you are doing massage, you will not be a good person. That's how people think. So people were saying to me, do hairdressing is better than doing massage.
Bintu Ngom, a makeup artist, says that Single Mother Scheme has helped women be independent rather than dependent, and that the initiative will bring great opportunities for women.
I have learned to do makeup with Single Mother Scheme, and it has made my life better. Now I have my own spot where customers come, and I do their makeup, fix their nails, eyelashes, and generate income.
Fatoumata Jammeh, the founder of Single Mother Schemes, urges the public, institutions, and organizations to partner and support single mothers to positively impact their lives mentally, financially, physically, and socially. For QTV News, I am Aminata Sise.
Interesting story there by Aminata Sise. Now we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have some more local news stories. Do stay tuned.
sinum gëna gaawé te yobba légui ak Ria mun nga jot sa xaalis bayeko sa bitim réew ci sa kiw money te doo ci fay dara boo jotee ab xibaar ci sa téléphone bi ne jot nga koppar bu bayeko sa bitim réew mun nga dem seet kiw money agent bu la gëna jege jot sa xaalis te doo ci fay dara bu la neexee mun nga ko jëndee crédit kiw power wala jëfandikoo ak yeneen kiw money service yi gaaw na wóor na te noppale na pour am ci lu la wóor woo ñu ci 133 kiw money suñu kalpe lii dafa ànd ak sarta.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, acquiring skills is important for self-development and empowerment, and 13 students have graduated on Friday at Idahs Ideas Fashion and Design Training School Institute after completing a 2-year diploma course in fashion and design.
This is the first graduation ceremony by Idahs Ideas Fashion and Design Training Institute. The institute prides itself on providing quality education to empower women and youths for sustainable development. The 13 graduates completed 2 years rigorous and intensive practical and theoretical training by experienced tutors. The event was attended by dignitaries from all walks of life. Ida Conte, the CEO of Idahs Ideas, thanked her partners and dignitaries for gracing the occasion.
Because man
I am elated today because I have always wished for this day. I pray to God for this day. I have been a seamstress all my life, which I wanted to use to inspire the young ones, and which everyone can appreciate. We created an institution where youths can learn tailoring, garment construction, pattern cutting, and entrepreneurship. The skills that these students acquire will help them to be productive. I thank everyone for making this journey worthwhile. The institute believes in training youth to get skills for employability. Chan Mendy, the principal of Idahs Ideas Fashion and Design Institute, congratulates the graduates and said there is the need for people to change the perception that skills are for school dropouts.
Fashion design is a skill, and in fact one of the most important skills and underrated skills in the world that can not only add millions to the economical growth of the nation but also to create jobs for tens and thousands of people.
Claudiana A. Cole, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, says determination is important in one's endeavors. She implores the graduate to be passionate in what they do, especially with customers.
We want to train people to have skills, particularly the young people of today. We have been told that many of the people with skills in the Gambia are not Gambians themselves. Education is all about skills. There is no need to have all the PhDs or the master's degrees or the bachelor's degrees and you don't have skills. Even the people with all those high degrees, they have skills.
Other speakers gave motivational speeches and words of advice to the graduates. It is hoped that these words of wisdom will resonate in them as they pursue their careers. Aissatou Kamara, a graduate, gave the vote of thanks.
I would like to thank our able principal, Ms. Chan Mendy, who has always portrayed the image of a high disciplined personality, yet so kind and humble. She has always influenced us, motivated us to achieve the impossible. I must acknowledge.
The ceremony also featured a fashion show, showcasing the creative skills of the graduates, displaying creative pieces and collections of various inspirations, including using waste to create fashion garments. Diploma certificates were awarded to graduates and certificates of appreciation were presented to partners. Achipintu Drame, QTV News.
Now, congratulations to the graduates. Now, the first edition of the Nyakoi Food Festival was organized on Saturday by communities in Nyakoi to encourage and promote the consumption of our traditional and locally prepared foods for healthy living. Fode Mane was at the event and he fastened this report.
The event hosted different feasts in the menus of traditional and local foods, which are typically made with starchy substances as well as other herbs, excluding the pre-packaged spice ingredients sold in shops and supermarkets. At the event, various cultural and traditional foods were prepared to show the people how they are prepared and their health benefits. In the Mandinka language, among the foods prepared were juka, sato, futoni jambo, soso kunkuto, jamba funyangalo, findi foyo, soso wuro, and sengete jaringo. These foods, prepared with adding pre-packaged seasonings and other ingredients, are nutritious and are prepared from locally grown produce such as groundnuts, coos, maize, millet, beans, cassava, and vegetables, and cooked with fish or meat. Instead of putting the findi in a bowl or plate, as is now common, here it was served in a calabash covered with a locally made fan. which they believe was meant to prevent the humidity of the heat getting into the food, which can affect the health of the consumers. Mai Ahmad Fati, a native of Nyakoi, Kerewan, was the chief guest of honor at the event. He says the activity was a consolidation of who we are, describing it as a visit to our past, and outlines the significance of the event.
This was organized because we have realized that what is missing today in our country is health. Healthcare is absolutely important. And the kind of foods that we eat are largely responsible for the ill health that is prevalent across the country. By the time you strike 50, 55, 60, there are always hypertension, and there is heart problems, bones, knee problems. I mean, these are things that are new.
Madindin Jaune, the women's leader, also discussed ways to restore these foods to our societies.
What we can do to restore these foods is to do it collectively, work with the men. In the past, men were not forced to provide fish money, but now men are totally responsible for providing fish money. So we expect them to decide on what we need to eat by bringing back our cultural foods.
My Fati further shared his opinion on how these foods, consumed by our ancestors, can even contribute to boosting our economy.
The dream of food self-sufficiency can be adequately attained if we continue to rely on what we grow locally for over a century or centuries in this country, that are not imported from anywhere, but that are grown, that are very nutritious, very healthy, and almost no expiry date.
Ibrahim Jabi, one of the organizers of the event, traveled from the UK to attend the occasion. He told us their plans to achieving their objectives in the restoration of these foods.
The most important thing that people are talking about hunger, how to eradicate hunger in Africa especially. We are not lack of food. It's just we are driving ourselves from our foods that we normally eat. These are the things that are bringing hunger in Africa. So we want to tell our people we still have something to survive on.
Samban Juara, a cook, has this to say.
When we were kids, our mothers used to prepare these foods without putting pre-packed seasonings. They put onions or pepper, and they are rich foods with good vitamins.
So the exhibition of 21 different foods cooked by different cultural groups in Nyakoi. They hope that this will become an annual event and inspire a return to consume locally produced and traditional food stuff. Reporting for QTV News, I am Fode Mani.
I think I am particularly interested in the domoda that I'm seeing right there. So before we end this news bulletin, let's take a look at our main headlines. QCell Gambia has been awarded GSM Taxpayer of the Year at the Gambia Revenue Authority 4th Taxpayers Award, attended by President Adama Barrow for the first time on Saturday. The government's COVID-19 response audit report, which has revealed the Ministry of Health's failure to do needs assessment for the procurement of medical items, branded a wasteful expenditure on medical items worth nearly $6 million. And Single Mother Scheme, an organization offering medical health programs and skills training to improve the lives of single and vulnerable mothers, say they need more support to be able to continue their work. And 13 students graduated on Friday at Idahs Ideas Fashion and Design Training Institute after completing a 2-year diploma in fashion and design. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Thanks for watching.